Morning. We'll just start with where we left. What is a data warehouse? Simple, the company's entire data that is stored in a particular system. For example, it can be sales data, production data, employees data, vouchers, bills, or revenue data, creditors data, accounts payable data. So the data warehouse is where the complete data is stored. Complete data about the company is stored, where you will have a structured information about various parts, right from raw material, human resources, or expenses, or assets, or liabilities. Various things are stored. They are called as which one? Data warehouse. Okay. It should be error free. It should be uniformly defined, means have a separate file, have a separate structure, have a separate access, coding, etc. Then it covers which one? Longer time span. For example, if you maintain accounts payable list or a customer profile, ensure that you maintain for about 3-4 years, 4-5 years like that. Or if you maintain records of your income statement and balance sheet or cash flow, maintain for a longer span so that comparisons can be made easily. For example, a customer comes, okay, he asks for a credit. He purchased about 2 years back. Okay, he was regularly paying, etc. How will you be able to evaluate, or how will you be able to, understand or accept that he is a customer? Simple. When you have data, just go to the customer file, or maybe the customer ID or a mobile number or identity. Okay, just enter. Ensure that you are getting the past data of the customer. How many times he purchased, what is the volume of purchases, how much he pays, etc. And if it is too old, maybe that we cannot rely. For example, 6 years back, the customer was making a regular purchase. Thereafter, he stopped. Now he is coming back again. Can we offer credit or not? We cannot rely 6 years old data, where we can check 6 years old data, but current situation of the customer has to be ascertained before offering the credit kind of a thing. Then queries and drawing what? Information. Okay. So when you have a huge data like 10,000 files, 20,000 files, your system should allow to raise a query. For example, maybe employee name, what is the salary paid or deductions made, or for example, when you make a query in the system, that system should give the relevant data. Query means asking something so that you get the required information like that. Sometimes we find it very difficult, especially for example, you search in your images in phone, or for example, let us assume you stored your recorded classes in your phone. Is it possible to take it? No. You just put class name, or you will check with class name, or maybe date, various other things you require, or organizing in folders, or organizing in folders that may help you. So queries where you raise a question, where you draw the information. So that is how the data warehouse should be. Clear? Ensure that it is error free, uniformly defined files, etc. It should cover which one? Long span, and write queries and take the relevant information. Okay, that is one. So periodically data is uploaded from data sources. Okay, it can be daily, transaction wise, weekly, monthly, like that. So that is transferred into a compatible mode in format. For example, and it's not that all the information is stored in a single file. You store it in a separate file like that. What is the next one? Data mart is nothing but the relevant data you extract. Relevant data you extract. For example, a production date, production in charge, what data you will be able to access? Production schedule, production budget, bill of materials, number of workers in the factory, number of machines in the factory, capacity of the factory, past capacity usage, then scheduled repairs and maintenance. So, and availability for executing orders, okay, bottlenecks, process time, various things the production manager will be able to access. Whether the production manager will be able to access the cash budget of the company? No. Will he be allowed to access complete employees' data? Whether he will be able to access the vendors who are supplying material? No. Whether customers who are buying the product, can you give the data to the production manager? Complete data about the customers who are ordering the product? No. Simple. Data should be available for the purpose. Unnecessary data should not be made available, number one. Unauthorized access also should not be available. So whenever I need, I get the required data. That is called as which one? Data mart. It can be dependent. Dependent means You take from existing sources. You take from what? Existing sources. Independent means transactions and processes that is entered now. Okay, so that's what. Independent mart is created without using what? Data warehouse. It's like a transaction that is getting uploaded, etc. Hybrid, we can use both dependent as well as what? Independent data. So this is about data mart. Data lake. Data lake is unstructured. Unstructured means it is very difficult to find where the file is, what the file contains. It is like you search a PDF in your system. Okay, if you have not sorted and stored, okay, it may be, for example, you search your Aadhaar card. It's not available. Why? Because you have not stored it in the proper way. It may have been stored in PDF format or image format or Word format. You do not know what is the file name, where it is stored, etc. So unstructured data, that is called as what? Data lake. It is very difficult to take the data. It is very difficult to what? Take the relevant data from that. That is called as which one? Data lake. It is not user friendly because it's very difficult to take such data. Okay, so it's better to have a data mart, then data warehouse, then data mart. Data lake, where that information is not that important, then that will be stored in which data lake like that. For example, small petty expenses vouchers, okay, or maybe certain unimportant files that can be stored in what? Data lake. For example, you got so many marketing information from vendors, okay, that can be stored in what? Data lake. Okay, so that is called as which one? Otherwise, it's like your spam folder in your file. Whereas in your Gmail, you create there is a spam folder in which you can find so many data may be there. In that, some relevant data may be there, but normally we don't look into. Then we had seen enterprise performance management. So simple. How to do it? Compare the actual performance with goals and reports on key performance area, which may be production or sales or profits or targets, etc. Prepare a balanced scorecard. What is a balanced scorecard? Ensure that all the functions are taken care of. How good you are in earning profit, how good you are in satisfying your customers' needs, or it can be, for example, quality checking, after sales service. So balance the scorecard. Then creating and revising which one? Forecast for performance modeling we had seen. Generating dashboards, current information. Okay, customize the need of which one? Individual users. For example, in a bike repair shop, you can find dashboards will be there. Okay, last month, how many vehicles serviced? Which employee was awarded as the best one? Who are working in different shifts? Current month, okay, who are the employees working in the current shift? What is the, number of vehicles serviced so far? What is the target to be achieved? Like the relevant information will be there. It is like in a hospital, if the front office executive opens a system, which doctor is in which room? There are 50 doctors working in a multi-specialty hospital. The front office executive should be able to locate which doctor is in which room at this particular scenario. Because if the patient comes and asks, I want to meet this doctor, where he is. So create a dashboard where information that is required for the front office executive, so go to floor room number 505, like that. So that is one. So if this is not there, if dashboards are not there, people do not know or will not know what is happening, who is doing, where the materials are, where the, for example, if a customer is coming and asking, what is the stage of my order? Okay, so current order that is getting processed should be available in the dashboard. Okay, maybe you can access the CCTV camera or you access the production records, click order number, okay, sir, it is an 80% process, and it is completed, it is packed, it is sent, it is on the way, shipped. All those things you should be able to tell. That is called as which one? Dashboards, where you present the data about current information like that. What is the next? Data governance is nothing but have adequate data, secure the data, use the data, protect the data, ensure that it is not hacked or it is not stolen by somebody, and ensure data privacy. Do not share unnecessary data to people. For example, sometimes or many times we go to career guidance to schools. We tell them about courses. Then we give a small aptitude test, etc. and all. Then what we tell is, we tell the students to fill their name, their sections, their mobile number, their email ID. Then they write the test, then get their marks. Now schools come and take, do not get their mobile numbers, do not get their email ID. You can take name and section number. Okay, so and so 12C, like that. Then let them fill the data and, sir, how to declare the results? Send it to us. We'll take care of giving the information to the students. Why? Because if I give the mobile number or email ID access, their personal thing goes to you. So you call them or you market to them, so that irritates the students. Later on they come and complain in the schools, telling that, I mean, how can you give our personal information to an academy? Like that. So that also includes data privacy. Okay, I mean, data should be available to an adequate extent. You cannot say you don't have a data. Okay, that is one. So, for example, if some parents of CMAUS comes and ask, how many tests my child has written? Simple. I check 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 Google Forms. I tell, okay, section A out of 24 tests, his name is there in 22 tests. Look at the score. Okay. If I tell I don't have a data, if I tell that I don't have a data, then it may not look good. It may not look good. But do you access the data always? No. When it is required, you access the data. When it is required, you access the data. For example, a student comes and asks, shall I write my next exam? So I should be able to check their results. That is in different tests. Okay, you are scoring 70% and above, go for test. You are scoring 50% and above, go for preparation again, then go for the next exam, like that. So data governance is most important. That is what. Businesses are directed, controlled, including rules, regulations, processes, customs, policies, procedures, institutions, and laws. Number one, data availability. For example, you are running a diagnostic center. Okay, suddenly there is a court verification or police verification. They come and ask you, can I get the patient's data? With law, with approval, with authority, they are coming and asking you, can I get the patient's data? The data should be available. Can you say that, no, sir, records are not available? No. What is the next one? Usability. Okay, ensure that it is available in a quality and what accurate data is available. For example, I raised a query with the diagnostic center asking for reports. They asked me, okay, sir, give me your mobile number. I gave the mobile number. Then they generated data in my name and they sent a mail. I found there are 6 times where the diagnostic test is done. Okay, they've given the data, but really I did only 2 times. But how 6 times report came over there? For example, sugar levels 90, 120, 80, 300, 400, 120. How it is possible for me to have the sugar level of that much? Because in the same mobile number, another family member of mine has done test. So what happened is, when I asked about my data, they merged the other person's data and gave to me. So you can find it is irrelevant for me, because let it be various data that I get through the report are not related to me. Only some data is relevant, some data is irrelevant. So like this, you should be very careful. Then they asked me, when I asked them, they asked me, sir, what is the name of the patient? What is the date of birth? They asked me the name of the patient, date of birth, then mobile number. They put all the things, then they raised a query. Even then I found 6 tests were coming, reports were coming, but actually I did only 2 tests. Why? Because while entering the values inside the organization, they entered in a wrong way. So the usable data should be available. Trustable data. What do you mean by integrity? Complete data should be available. Consistent data, and which one? Reliable, and which one? Accurate information should be available. That is called as which one? Data integrity. Data security means data protection. Unauthorized access should be prevented. Unauthorized access should be what? Prevented. For example, can the employee of a bank put the pen drive Let us assume he is in charge for savings bank account access. Can he put a pen drive? Okay, sort and take the profile of SB account holders. Name, maybe name, mobile number, their thing. Can they take it in pen drive? No. Can they send it in email? So the system should be protected in such a way that no personal emails, external emails are not allowed. Whatever is the work that is being processed, that is monitored, and system creates a log. System creates what? A log. So only authorized person can access the data like that. What is data integration? Combining different data sources. Combining from which one? Different data sources. For example, a customer applies for a home loan. A customer applies for a home loan with your bank. Number one, ask his transactions with this bank. It can be deposits, withdrawals, fixed deposits, personal loans taken, credit card usage, spending things, various other things. The banker will track from the which one? Banker record, number one. Number two, external record. What is external record? Give the relevant data. You can get the CIBIL score. Can I get your CIBIL score? Yes, I can take your CIBIL score. What is the thing needed? Your Aadhaar card number, your PAN, your name, your date of birth. If it is there, anybody can take the CIBIL score of anybody. That I can take it from external market. From the CIBIL score, you can find data will be available about previous borrowings, previous repayments, dues, overdues, defaults, legal actions. Where and all the customer has inquired for loans also will be available. Okay, that is what is called as what? Integration of data, both internal and external. What is the next one? System availability. So whenever the data is required, is the system available. Then system maintenance means it includes modifications in the system to correct a particular problem. For example, students pay the fees, they fill the form, that goes to a Google form. The problem is when the students pay X amount, they record Y amount. They enter particular data, then they go to some other thing. So to avoid that, the next generation website will be, you enter your name, you enter your data, then you enter your email ID, enter your mobile number, thereafter click. OTP will come to your email as well as an OTP will come to your mobile number. So only when you put that, then it will go to the next level. To ensure that the student enters the correct email and correct mobile number so that we can communicate better. That is number two. Number three, when our payments are made, it is automatically goes to the system and student is not filling. You are not filling the form, who will fill the form? The system will fill the form like that. That is, when you upgrade, ensure that you are upgrading the thing and maintain the system. Then ensure that comply with which one? Regulations with respect to privacy protections. Then, for example, can a hospital ask list of people who has given blood test who's having O positive? You are a diagnostic center. I want the list of people who gave the blood grouping who's having O positive. Give me the data. Like that, can I ask? No. But if the hospital is having its own diagnostic center, from the diagnostic center they can take, but not from external sources, because giving the blood group of a person is illegal. To external party, without consent, if you give, it becomes what? Illegal. Then fix the roles and responsibility and data, and which one? External and which one? Internal data flows within the organization. For example, I am taking the class, I am a faculty. What data access will be available with me with respect to Bharadwaj? Simple. Students enrolled for recorded classes or face-to-face classes or live online classes, which serial key is given to them, and access to the serial key will be restricted only to my subjects, where I will see how many hours watched by the student and how many hours taken by the student, like that. So whether the faculty will be able to access others' data? No. But a coordinator will be able to access what? All the data kind of thing. So that is, these are the features which are required for a good data governance. Okay. IT governance is nothing but information technology governance. Okay. Before you develop any model or use any model, identify the roles and responsibilities need to be met. You are in which section? For example, let us take a mobile banking app. It provides so many data. UPI payments, balance inquiry, it provides you bill payments. It also provides you data about or possibly provision for applying new things like applying a home loan, applying which one? A credit card or applying a debit card or raising a query and raising a request which may be a checkbook request, etc. And you can find about 50 services are there in a particular app. Whether one, let us assume from the banking end, whether one person will work on all the 50 services? No, that is what. Identify specific roles. Now, I am in charge for home loan means from the app, whichever the customer is interested in home loan or asking for home loan or raising a query on home loan, only that particular thing will come to me. What is the next one? Provide a benchmark for assessing which one? Risks and which one? Control. For example, information about a customer comes for home loan. I work for this bank. But if I give this information to another bank, okay, if the customer gets a loan from another bank, I will get a commission. I will get a commission. Simple. If data is going to a person, how much or how secure that particular data is. Okay. Go for effectiveness in all these things. Okay, that is what is important. That is framework should be provided for what? Effective data governance. Then objectives and activities into groups and ensure that you are following which one? Laws. All these things should be followed in which one? IT governance. This is why companies give laptops which cannot be used for personal purpose. For example, a company gives you a laptop. Can you add any app other than the apps which are already pre-installed? No. Can you send personal mails? Can you browse other sites which may be YouTube also or Facebook or social networking? No. Because to have a proper, governance, okay, they ensure that, okay, regulatory compliances are also being adhered to. This we have seen COSO framework on internal control that is applicable for data governance also. That is applicable for which one? Data governance also. Okay, what are the things we have done? We have seen control environment. What do you mean by control environment?
Structures and developing.
Okay. The information technology standards or data standards, processes and structures. Okay, all these things are important. All these things are which one? Important. Then board of directors exercise over what? Internal control. Simple. If data is leaked, who are responsible? The CEOs and board of directors are responsible. For example, your diagnostic data in a diagnostic center goes somewhere else where you get marketing calls. We found you are having a liver problem, or hospital will cure your liver issue. Okay, you have not given liver test anywhere, only to a particular diagnostic center. Now, this hospital calls, then you can immediately call and you can take a legal action against what? The board of directors for not securing my data. How you will win the case? Simple. I have not given testing any place other than this diagnostic center. After getting the results, how am I getting calls from a hospital? Why am I getting a call from a hospital for this particular treatment? Which means my data has been leaked. So you can take action against what? CEOs and board of directors against the company. Then the management will establish which one? Structure means how the data will be stored. Then who is authorized and what is the responsibility of the person who is using the data. For example, let's assume you are working for Zerodha. You are working for Zerodha, maybe or a Grow app where they do. It's a platform for trading. It's a platform for trading futures, options, shares, etc. And I'm an employee who's monitoring. Let's assume 50 companies. You are an employee monitoring another 50 companies like that. We are given access to manage, monitor, buy and sell. Which are the customers who are placing the order, executing the order, etc. We are monitoring. Okay. The structure is defined in such a way that if there are about 5,000 groups, okay, we'll have about 50 employees monitoring 100 slots like that. Number one, structures. Authorized. You are authorized to manage only these 50 companies buy and sell, or this 50 security buy and sell like that. Responsibilities are fixed. Responsibilities are fixed like that. So that is what is structures, authorization, and which one? Responsibilities. Risk assessment. What do you mean by risk assessment? Now, you are an employee who is taking care of this particular segment. Now, there's a chance that the employee may put his money and trade. I am a person who is working for Zerodha. I will invest, I'll open an account with some other platform. I'll open an account with some other platform. I can buy and sell the security. I can buy and sell the security. I will gain. How will I gain? I will see there are 50,000 players, 50,000 people who are buying and selling. I will see who's getting the maximum profit, who will be getting the maximum profit. What is this portfolio? According to the portfolio, I will close this portfolio and make investment. I will make huge profits. I will make what? Huge profits. It is risky. It is risky that the employees may misuse the data. Number one. Okay. Number two, there is an agreement that employees should not invest. Employees of Zerodha or employees of ICICI Direct should not invest in stock market. Should not invest in stock market. If they invest also, they should disclose the information. The thing is, I will not open account in my name. I will open account in my father's name or mother's name or son or daughter's name. So this risk is always there. This risk is what? Always there. Maybe you could have seen Lucky Bhaskar movie. Lucky Bhaskar movie. Maybe you could have seen he gets the data from the bank of where the money is spent, how the money is received. Then he also has a contract with the client that you leak the information, where it is purchased and sold, which investment is made, which investment will be sold like that. And he ensures that he opens an account with another broker, with another broker, and he purchases and sells and makes money. So that risk is always there. The risk is what? Always there. That is what? Identify the risk. Which one? Analyze it. Data breach may be there. Loss of data will be there. Data corruption will be there. Okay. Some employees will delete the data. Purposefully, they will delete the data. An employee in purchases may go and delete what? Sales data or production data. So don't allow the access. And if somebody deletes, an authorization code will be asked. For example, press the delete key. In case of Excel, it will ask, are you sure you want to delete? Or sometimes it will just like the delete. In case of a IT-enabled service, if you press enter key for delete, what will ask? Are you sure to delete? Yes. Thereafter, it will ask your employee code and password, only then it will delete the data. For example, in case of authorizing payments, what it will ask for? You are authorizing the payment of a check. What it will ask for? Simple. It will ask for your employee code and name. Or you are already logged in the system where approval comes means from your system, if it is approved means you approve it. So that is what? Potential data fraud is considered. Like changes made in the data, preventive controls are definitely required. For example, a student comes and pays 50,000 fees in cash at Bharatwaj. Now, I am the person who is handling the data. I am the person who is handling the data. What I can do? Let's assume I have taken the cash. I am handling the data also. Now, what I can do? I will record 25,000 in the account and I will modify the 50,000 fees as what? 25,000 fees, and I will consider it as discount given to the student. The 25,000 I will take into my pocket. Here is where a good internal control system will play an important role. A person who is handling the cash should not be doing which one? Accounting. Should not be doing data processing. Okay, that is what? That is what? That is part of which activity? Control activity. Okay. What actions you take to control the misuse of data or loss of data? For example, a person who is collecting the cash and issuing the receipt, will he be allowed to access students' data? No. And a person who is maintaining the students' data, will he be allowed to access bank accounts and do the reconciliation? No. A person doing the reconciliation will be what? Different. So these control activities ensures that data is not altered, data is processed properly, data is maintained without a loss. Then which one? Information and which one? communication. Okay, the branch manager asks, I want the customers who are having OD and not paid on time, who availed OD but not repaid on time. Simple. The information should be available. You raise a query, okay, current account holders, take an OD and outstanding beyond the due date. Just click, in one click, the data comes and you give it to the people. Okay, then they will take action, all the customers. Okay, inform the customer, take legal action against the customer like that. Okay, I want the production record of last 3-4 months. The data should be available. That's what relevant and which one? Quality information is generated and what used. Then monitoring, overseeing the internal control system. Overseeing which one? Internal control system. Then and ensure that the internal control system is what? Evaluated properly. Any deficiencies are evaluated and communicated. For example, you are running a multi-brand, like D-Mart, you are running a departmental store. You are running a departmental store. Okay. What happens is the customer picks the product, comes to the counter, the person prepares the bill, press enter, the bill comes, then make the payment, it is done and closed kind of a thing. Here there is a chance of big frauds. Number one, if the system is manipulatable, what they can do? X invoice will be prepared, but Y invoice will be given to the customer. So where X money receipt only will be recorded, Y money, the difference will be taken to the employee's pocket. Okay. Yes, there is a chance, especially when you deal with certain perishable products, it will happen. Vegetables and food items which are having very narrow expiry dates, always this will happen. They will sell the product, but they will take it as a scrap in the system. Quantity received 1,000, quantity sold 900, scrapped quantity 100, like that they will record it. But actually they have sold that 100 quantity also. So monitoring and evaluating the system on ongoing basis. Okay, and any discrepancies are being communicated like that. For example, the biggest problem in the world is finding a good hotel. You pay money, but are you getting the tasty food? No. Why there is a problem in running a hotel? Very difficult to internally control. They'll buy 20 liters of oil, but use only 15 liters of oil. Remaining 5 liters will go in the back doors, back to the supplier or somebody like that. They will sell it kind of a thing. So, however you can try to control, sometimes the control may not be possible. So, but to a maximum possible extent, we try to exercise which one? Internal control on database management. COBIT. Control Objectives Information Technology. Control objectives for which one? Information and related which one? Technology. We call it as which one? COBIT. What is the COBIT framework? This is the COBIT framework. What is the first one? Processes. Filing income tax, is it an easy process or difficult process? Earlier it was a difficult process. Okay, where information that is to be fed in by the customer, it was cumbersome. Now the forms are designed in such a way that, okay, already pre-filled forms are there. You just log in, automatically your basic data is entered. Customer need not, there is income taxpayer need not enter the data. What do you mean by that? Your PAN, your account number, your refund account number, your address, everything is pre-filled. Just log in, it is pre-filled. Just confirm, including your mobile number, everything, you just confirm. If there is a change only, you make it, go to the next one. Even your income is pre-filled. Salary income, house property income, or business income, based on TDS and traces, they pre-fill the information. If you want to alter it, otherwise what? Just confirm and proceed to the next one, like that. Now it takes only less than 2 minutes for a person to file what? Income tax return, because process is made very, very easy. Process is made what? Very, very easy. Number one. Number two, for example, I created a GST bill. I'm loading the goods in the truck and sending it to another state. On the way, you can find the GST authorities will check the vehicles. On what basis? On what basis they will check this bill generated as a proper GST bill or a fake GST bill? Just a fake GST bill create பண்ணி driver க்கு கொடுத்துருங்க. Driver will take the goods and deliver in the other states. Okay. GST authorities இருக்கு. GST number இருக்கா, buyer seller இருக்கா, goods இருக்கா, value இருக்கா, total இருக்கா, over. They கையில கொடுத்துட்டு போயிடுவாங்க. Okay. Maybe they will take a photography for their reference and they will give it. Simple. Driver will call and tell, sir, bill photo எடுத்திருக்காங்க. Now I will create a proper bill. I will create which one? Proper bill and pay GST for that. Okay. இது பாத்தீங்கன்னா 1 out of 100 தான் உங்களால catch பண்ண முடியும். 99 out of 100 will escape. Okay. How to simplify the process? That people should not cheat. They created one e-way bill that is generated through GST portal. Now you can generate invoice only through which one? GST portal. Simple login is given in the you just log in, then enter the complete data of if you just log in itself, everything will be available. Supplier data, their GST number, destination, their address, description of goods with simple. It is like preparing the bill in GST portal. Okay. Don't prepare the bill in what? Your computer. Prepare the invoice in which one? GST portal. Process is simplified where the supplier gets information, I get the information, input credit is very easy. On the transit also, for the people who are seizing the goods or checking the goods, okay, they can just scan and check. Okay. What is the next one? Principles, policies and which one? Frameworks within which the data is stored. Then culture, ethics and which one? Behavior of people in sorting the data, getting the data, arranging the data like that. Then services, infrastructure and which one? Applications that helps you to run your data process or store the data and other things. Then definitely for handling processes, for handling services or maintaining the infrastructure and processes, we require what? Skilled people. Skilled people. So simple, the organization should frequently evaluate skill level of the people and uplift the skill level of the people. Now if you look at every organization asks the employees to get some knowledge on AI. At least know how to use your ChatGPT or Perplexity like that, or creating, whatever is required for an organization. In that field, they ask you to develop which one? Their knowledge at that time. Why? Because skill has to be updated. Then storing the information, processing the information, have a structural organization, who does who accesses what, who will do which work like that. So these are the COBIT principles. Set of activities needed to achieve what? Specific objective. Structure is nothing but who will take decision making. Principles, policies, framework are nothing but for day-to-day management of data, usage of data or usage of business purpose. Then information. Who should get the information? What information, etc. Culture, ethics, and which one? Behavior. Both enterprise and individuals for the success. People, skill, and which one? Competencies to make good decisions for corrective actions and completion of activities. And services, infrastructure, and application is required. This includes which one? Technology and other things. So this is also they ask for. Who are the stakeholders? Who are the stakeholders? Board of directors. Okay. Using the information technology, what data, what insight they get, how to run their enterprise. CEOs, business managers, IT managers, okay, they operate income tax, that is IT systems in a better way. Auditors, and which one? Risk managers. Okay, so all these things are which one? Internal stakeholders are which one? Data process. Who are the external stakeholders? Regulators, the lawmakers, business partners, and which one? IT vendors. Okay, so all the people ensure that operations are secured, reliable, and which one? Compliant, like that. So simple. Uh, Needs are there, enterprise goals are there, align the goals, ensure that you provide which one? A good governance, and which one? MBO, management by objectives, like that. Okay. What is the performance management? It all depends on your capability levels and which levels? Maturity levels. Performance management, number one, what process you employ. For example, a person goes to X place for getting the service versus Y place for getting the service. What process they perform so that in a quickest possible way, effective services are offered. Effective services are offered, like that, processes. For example, a patient comes to the hospital. What are the processes that is involved?
Registration.
Registration they do. Okay. Sometimes patient will not be able to what? Give the information properly or fill the information properly, where the employees take the information, everything. They ask you to just give the Aadhaar card number, OTP vanda solunga. All the data is getting filled, kind of a thing. Make the process very simplified. Okay. For example, earlier, patient will be shifted to X-ray room for taking X-rays. Nowadays, X-ray machine comes to the bed or the place to capture the images, kind of a thing. Okay. Earlier, patient will be shifted for scanning. Nowadays, scanning machines are available where that will come to the patient and do it. So, what process you employ? What simplifies the operation? What simplifies the operation? What is the next one? Organizational structure, the superior subordinate relationships. Okay, the principles, policies, and framework. For example, sometimes authority is delegated, sometimes authority is not what? Delegated. Sometimes data is shared, sometimes data is not shared. Okay, what is the next one?
Information.
Information. Access to information. Access to information. Information may be production related, sales related, purchase related, anything. Then instilling a culture or ethical behavior. Okay, when a customer comes in, within how many minutes you should respond. When after sales service comes, within warranty, out of warranty, how you handle that particular situation. Clear? Organization will have a pre-written culture, ethical, and which one? Ethics and which one? Behavior. Okay. So if it is coming within the warranty, you're doing service free. You're doing service free. So you'll treat the customer. சும்மாதான service பண்றோம், free தானே பண்றோம், you'll treat பண்ணுவாங்க. Out of warranty service வந்தா the customer is going to pay money, they will treat that customer good. Avoid that. So create a culture, okay, create a behavior, instill that particular thing. Then people skill and competencies are important. Then service infrastructure and applications are most important. You can just go through this for about 5 minutes. It is like rating. It is like which one? Rating. Managing the performance and process components in IT government systems. Okay. Capacity levels, capability levels can be from 0 to what? 5. 0 represents low quality. 5 represents what? High quality. Capability incomplete approach ஒண்ணுமே சரியில்லைன்னா 0 point. Okay. Process is achieved, but not organized properly. Not organized properly. Okay. The project achieves the purpose, but activities, set of activities are not that performed with quality. The project is done, but the projects are well defined also. Okay. The project has a performance appraisal also. Performance can be measured. Performance can be measured, and it suggests improvement of performance, and which one? Continuous improvement is pursued. So when this fifth factor is present, for example, a customer has come for rework of the system. Rework of the system. Is it done? Yes. With how quickly it is done, how quickly the performance is rectified. Then, how better to improve the performance in the future? We are doing the best, but how to make the best amongst the best? Okay. So, if that is pursued, there is a good characteristics of I mean, performance process system in an IT government systems. So we'll go for the next one, maybe after a small break. What is it? Data life cycle and which one? Records management. Records management. We'll do it after a small break.